Are you tired of people in multiplayer rating your stuff when you're building something? Like, say you build a house and then you put all your effort and work into finding like your first diamond, and then you put in that chest, and then you think that your house is safe, but really it's not, because someone like 3 meters away just like sees what you're doing and just takes your diamond, and then you never get it back again. Has that ever happened to you? Probably not in Minecraft Pocket Edition, but probably in Minecraft. So in this video, I, Easy, or Ezekiel LA, whatever you want to call me, I'll be trying to teach you guys really simple and sometimes funny ways to hide your base, or to even make your base in. So the first one's pretty damn simple. All you gotta do is find like a foresty area, and then I suggest you start making your base right under a tree, like so. Just like dig under, and then afterwards you just, put some dirt back into it. And I know, you can only have dirt that looks like probably like this in survival mode or multiplayer mode, but it's gonna definitely regenerate really fast. Now the reason why you want to do this is because most of the time, let's just say there's a random person that's just walking by, and then he's just like, walking by the forest. Most of the time, they'll probably just ignore the trees. Now, there are some people out there who, in multiplayer, they love wood for some odd reason. I don't know if they're Canadian or something, but, that's probably it. But they will just destroy all the wood in the area. But this trick, hiding the space like so, they'll probably not find it. They're, like, what are the odds of someone just, let's just say someone's breaking a tree and then they accidentally hit, like, the ground. That's, the chances like that happening aren't really high. Actually, sorry, I made a mistake. So, for the dirt thing, since it can't regenerate that fast, all you gotta do is, make your base like this. And then, make your ladder way down, and then you can cover with dirt, and then you just replace it with wood. That's not wood, that's dirt. I meant wood. Thank you. Okay, that's the better way now that I think about it. But yeah, that's how you make the first secretly kind of base area. Now the second one's pretty simple as well. All you gotta, well, it kind of depends on the server that you're playing in multiplayer. But all you gotta do, you find something like a waterfall. This is like a classical trick. And let me see if I can do it. All you gotta do is you build right behind it, like so. So let me just kind of open it up like so, and then I'll get some stone just to make it look a little bit more realistic, and there you go. So as you can see from a distance, you probably won't notice that very well. It's just kind of like, you're just kind of walking by, you see the waterfall, like, oh, cool waterfall, and then you go on your way. But if you look, there's an entrance right there. Now this one's probably not really that good in multiplayer, but there are good reasons why. Now if you find, like, it really depends on waterfall, and I'll get to water in just a second, but you gotta find a waterfall, and then you just gotta build behind it. And then this works really well usually at nighttime, because the waterfall really makes it harder to see what's actually behind it. So again, still, this is an idea for those of you who want to try it. And wait, what? Okay, water, if you don't want to function properly, I'll do it for you. There you go. That looks better. Okay, so now the third idea, honestly, the first idea is much more efficient than this idea, but the second idea is still a go. You can still try if you want to. Now the third idea, if I can just find a pool of water. Now, these ones don't count. These were kind of just experiments from another video that I did like a couple weeks ago. Now, if I can find a pool of water, let's just see. Pretty sure it's like one over there. Whenever you see sugarcane, there's obviously a massive pool of water. So now for this trick, this one might take a little bit longer to do and a little bit trickier. But all you need to do is get a wooden door. That's the exact what it's called. Now you just, you have to swim pretty deep in the water. And I know swimming in Minecraft Pocket Edition is a bit slow, because in Minecraft PC we all have boats and whatnot. Now what you do is that you dig pretty deep, and then you dig pretty deep, and then, if I can just do it, you open like a pathway, and then you put the door down, and then you swim down. I said swim down. Swimming down. Open that door. It's a bit dark, so you might want to bring a torch, and then this is how you make your other base. Now, let me get a torch. Torch. There you go. So then you kind of just, you start building from here. Let's just say you want to build, probably put the torch in the wrong spot. You want to build like this way. So then, you have your underwater base. Now, the only problem with this one is that, when you're swimming, you can probably see that really easily. So, easiest thing to do is just block it off, but you just got to remember that your base is here. Now, this is even better than the tree one, because a lot of people in multiplayer, they don't really think about making bases in the water, because obviously there's not really any reason to do that. You want to build like a good house and then live in it and then show everyone. But underwater bases is definitely a lot better and harder to figure out. So yeah, the only problem with this one is, though, compared to the other two, is that you might forget where exactly you hit it. So before you do this idea, make sure you find a spot that you'll remember, and then you can find it. Because now I just forgot where I put it. It's in this area, though, so I could spend time digging, but I won't do that. So now the fourth idea that I'm going to show you guys is pretty interesting. This one's actually really hard to do. All you gotta do is build really, really high up. I'm telling you, like, you want to build insanely high up. That's not high enough. No. We want to do it so that we can, like, higher. That's it. Okay. So never mind. So you want to go pretty high, not too high. You want to leave some space so you can still build. Now, what you're gonna want to do is, if I can find it, it's here. You want to get some fences, and yeah, all you gotta do, you gotta put a block under the fence, and then remove it. So there you go. And then, sorry, wait, is this right? Oh yeah, yes it is. So what you're gonna want to do is basically use a bunch of fences. This is gonna be basically your platforming. So if you're kind of good with balancing, this is probably gonna work well for you. If not, well, we'll see. Now you're also gonna want to have a bed, and this is why this is so hard to do, because you gotta wait till it's. Well, I'll just tell you. I'm gonna stop trying to spoil things. And oh, sorry, I forgot beds are 2 blocks long. So, yeah. So all you want to do is do that. Now, let's just remove this. And let's go all the way back down. Whoa, that was weird. Do that. Can I dig any fat? No. Okay. Well, anyways, as you can see, you can't even see the bed anymore. Now, if I can fix this, I think I did wrong. You want to leave this open. So, way back up here, open that fence. Yes. So what you're going to want to do is basically wait the night out, and then build. Okay, so here's what you do. You build a really long tower of some kind, using dirt preferably, not stone or cobblestone or any kind of wood, because you're going to have to break it later. And then you have to skillfully make a bunch of fences as platforming. Now, there's an alternative that you can do if you don't think you can do that. This one's really easy. All you gotta do is get a bunch of glass panes, and as you can see, yeah, I think I messed this up. So I gotta build this again. But what you're gonna want to do. So again, if you don't want to use fences, well, then you can just use some glass panes. The glass panes, I think, are a little easier to work with, but are more visible versus the fence gates. So let's do this again. You're gonna want to, if I recall, yeah, okay, yeah. So you want to put it all around the bed, around the bed. Now, around the bed, because this is going to be basically, like I said, you're platforming. So, because you're going to be kind of floating in midair, you don't want to fall off, do you, right when you get up from the bed. So, you kind of do it like this, and then, now from here, you can actually expand it. And, let me just demonstrate. So, go all the way back down, kind of break this in the process. So, if you look up from way down here, you can't actually see it. As you can see, all you see is the sun. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate for the player kind of just roaming around while someone has like a secret base way up here, as you can see. Now, the only problem with this one, that's pretty obvious. If you have your render, I know some people are like this, they're going to have the render distance at the max, and they're going to see that thing from like anywhere. They're going to see that. That's the only downside to this awesome, really heavy hard to do trick. But most normal people have it at like, you know, their render distance at, no sorry, view distance. I'm thinking about Minecraft PC. They usually have it at about here. You can't see it. There's no way in hell you can see that unless you get into a mountain. Like if you get onto that mountain, then you probably might be able to see that, so that might be a problem. But still, this base, as you can see, like from way down here, you can't see that thing. You can't see the bed. You can't see the glass panes. And if you're smart and awesome and, you know, love Minecraft Pocket Edition and multiplayer, you're going to basically extend your little platform bed thing using more glass panes. And then you put more chests, your furnaces, and, yeah, all the basic stuff. So that's the fourth idea. Now, the fifth idea, sorry, if I can just find a good area to kind of demonstrate. Let's see. So we've already used the trees, we've already used mountains, we already used underwater, and we've already used the sky. What can possibly be the most, what else can I do, really? Not much, as you can see. Well, let me just find it, if I can. If not, then I'm gonna have to build it manually, but we'll see. Now, what you're gonna want, yeah, never mind, we'll just build it here. This one is actually a little bit self-explanatory. All you want to do is, first of all, build a regular base, whatever you want. I'm just going to build like a house of some sort. And let's just do it like this. Yeah, let's just make like a box. Why not? And, sorry, this might take a little bit of time. Just give me a second. I'm making the base of the, you know, of the base. The base of the base. Yes, that makes total sense. Now, we need a roof. Of course, yes. Let's see. What's our roof? Yeah, let's use ice, because you know what? People with ice roofs, those are cool. I won't even lie. So there you go. Just make like a base of some sort, and then you put like some... Where is it? Where are the chests? Where are the chests? I think they're here, are they? Aren't they? No. Wait, yes. Yes. There it is. Alright. So, what you're going to do is basically make like a really small base, make it look really simple. And say, for example, I'm a raider, right? I'm just like walking around looking for some bases to steal. And I'm just like, oh, hey, look at that, a base! And then, you know, I open the chest, there's like some good stuff, and then I just break everything because I'm like a jerk. And then afterwards, after like, you know, actually, yeah, to do that. So after the person breaks like most of it, he's kind of like, okay, let's go, guys. And so he just goes on his way and to do whatever he wants to do later on in life, in the game, whatever. But, as you can see, after that, you know, no one else is going to break anything else. Which is why you want to build your actual base right under it. Right under it. So you want to build the real base under your fake base, is what I'm saying. Now, to make this work perfectly is that you want to make sure that you build your actual base fairly deep into the ground versus your regular base, because you know why? You want to know why? Well, say for example, whoa, sorry, can I get out, please? Yes. Say for example, the raiders are a little bit more creative. They use some TNT, right, and then they just blow everything up like so. If it's gonna blow up, yeah, like that. See, look at the crater it makes. So this is a really big problem. You want to avoid this as much as possible, which is why you want to build your base really, really deep into your fake base, so that even if raiders like blow it up or start digging under it, just in case, they will not find your base. And the most important part is that you want to actually block off the entrance like this every time you leave, so that, as you can see, if you block it off completely, they're not going to see it. They're going to be like, okay, there's nothing under, guys, let's keep going. When really, if you keep digging under, there is something. There's like an actual base down here. And compared to the other 4 tricks, this one's probably the best one, because, again, for the trees, if you break it under, some people are curious. They're going to break something under the tree. They're going to be like, oh, there's a base down here. They're going to steal your stuff. Oh. Then the mountain idea for the waterfall, well, that's kind of a bad idea. It's just, if you think about it, it only works well at night, so you can probably make like a semi-base during the nighttime if you want to in multiplayer. Then the third idea for the water thing, that's actually not a bad idea, like in the ocean, but the only problem is that you might forget where exactly you put it, and then you might flood your place, which is what you want to avoid. The fourth idea, which is the base in the sky, you know, it has its ups and downs. The hardest part is actually making it perfect. And then another hard part is that I didn't mention before is that you can only get up to the base at nighttime. You can't get, if you want to go back up to the base, you can't. You have to wait till it's nighttime. Otherwise, you can just jump off and kill yourself. Another thing is that I forgot to mention, you want to build the sky base really close to water so that you can jump off if you want to do something. And then the last idea, which was the secret base under the base idea. That's actually a really good idea because as you can see, again, if raiders like blow up your house, that's not a problem because your actual base is like 30 blocks under, and they'll never know. They will never find it. Trust me. I should know because I've done all these tricks from experience in multiplayer in Minecraft Pocket Edition in some servers, and let me tell you, the fifth trick and the third trick, so the base under the base idea and the underwater base idea, those two have actually worked really well for me. The tree idea, it's worked for a pretty long amount of time until someone actually broke under the tree by accident and then they stole my stuff. So that was unfortunate. The other one, the waterfall idea, I've tried that myself, but right away someone was able to find that thing because they looked carefully, they found my base, stole my stuff, you know, the usual things. And then the sky base, I tried that as well. Well, you know, you probably know what happened. I built it, and then I kind of kept dying a lot of times. And then someone found it. They built their way up to the base. I tried to kill them, but they took my stuff. Yeah, it didn't really end well. But then I tried this idea. It has never failed me yet. It probably will now that I've told you guys the secret, but, you know, still. Anyways, this is the video on how to basically make hidden bases in multiplayer. Hope you guys have enjoyed. So that's going to be the end for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching. This has been Easy E, or Ezekiel LA, whatever you want to call me again, narrating, commentating. So if you like the video, leave a like. Also, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm always making Minecraft videos. Also, some Supernauts, which is new, a little bit new on my channel. And also, what else? Yeah, leave any comments if you have anything to say. Any other, you know, base ideas, hidden base ideas, I'd love to hear them. Just try them out for myself. Probably make a video about them if they're that good. And I think that's gonna really be it for this video. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed, learned something new today from Minecraft Pocket Edition multiplayer. So now you can probably go back into multiplayer knowing that you can hide your base without, well, probably hide your base 90% better than you did last time. And you can now hopefully know that you will not get raided as easily as possible. Trust me, if you try this fifth idea again, I'm going to keep saying that because I should know it works really well. If you try this fifth idea for yourself in multiplayer, in Pocket Edition, or even in Minecraft in general, trust me, this idea does not fail. It will never, it might fail if some people are smart enough to like keep digging down, but trust me, it does not fail. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time if you keep watching, which is why you should keep watching so that I can see you guys next time. So, peace out and later.